I got two very important awards at UWI in Jamaica. The University of the West Indies, Mona in Kingston. Yes, I want to tell you about a little experience with a professor. Now, when I started to do a program called Food Processing Technology, this is the program that inspired me to build the CMAS and get out there in the community and help the people during the pandemic and the lockdown. Yes, so this professor at UWI, her name is Professor Minott Kates. And I just want to pause and say this, not to go off a tangent. But you see, at UWI, you dare not call a professor by his or her one hand. You know what the one hand calling mean? By the name. You must say doctor or professor at all times. That's law. Unsaid, unwritten law. Respect due. All right? So, Professor Minott Kates, a very serious woman, very disciplined, serious about her work. She get results, serious about her research as well, serious about her graduate students. She is outstanding in my mind. Now, when I started the program, she taught me a lot of stuff, and I started to share them back with the people in my community. As early as I learned some things, I started to share it back in my community. I remember when I got into her class, she started to teach about the food and the processing of foods and stuff like that, and she started to teach about the dangers. Now, she taught me that bread contains something called potassium bromate. That is a dangerous corrosive toxin. It is used in the processing, raise the bread and stuff like that, and in baking products. But that thing can cause your hair to fall out and all of that sort of thing, kidney issues and liver issues. She taught me that red meat, much of these red meat in the supermarket, they are actually treated with something called sodium nitrite to give them that reddish color whenever the sunlight hits them or some form of light hits the meat. Right, that again is carcinogenic. She taught me that vegetable oil, whenever you cook them, boil them, you break the chains into what is called free fatty acids and free radicals, and those are carcinogenic, and the oil go rancid easily and even more toxic. She taught me that if you don't pasteurize cow's milk, one pinpoint of a toxin called Clostridium botulinum can poison 1 million people. She taught me that when you go to the market, when you see the Irish potato, make sure it doesn't have the green underneath skin. Because if the skin is green underneath, it simply means that the potato is toxic. It contains a toxin called salamine. She taught me that cassava, if you if you don't peel it and prepare it properly, it contains a toxin called linamarin that can be very dangerous to your health. She taught me that all of these snacks that we're eating, all of these cheese chips and stuff like that, they contain monosodium glutamate, MSG, mess with your brain and your focus and all of that sort of thing. She taught me so many things, my people. I could go on, and I'm sharing it back with you. Be careful of how we consume these processed goods out here. We're on a different timeline, all right? And I want to say thank you to Dr. Minott Kates, or rather Professor Minott Kates. And she taught me the chemistry of them too. I can do them on the board. Yes, I need to do them. Thank you.